What you're about to listen to is part of the Podgods Network. If you go to podgodsnetwork.com, you'll find other great shows there too. If you have a problem with this or any other show, please write it in an email. And go fuck yourself. Have a nice day!
Alright, you primitive screwheads, listen up!
But more of the R-rated film that most other people do. There's some salty language in it and shit like that.
We work very well together, okay?
Gruesome twosome!
Gruesome twosome!
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
These guys are laughing.
I'm here for the gangbang.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Inconceivable!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Set no substitutes.
Hey enthusiasts, what's good? This is Salty Language, episode 183.
The motherfucking sexiest podcast on the network.
Undisputed, reigning, defending.
Reigning, exactly. Defending the strap once
That's
again.
Right, always. Fighting champion.
Nice.
The beast incarnate, if you will. Yeah, I'm taken from Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, but I don't care.
That's fine, they don't listen.
I just like the obnoxiousness of it.
Also fine.
Right. For those not aware, I'm Brian.
And I am Tony.
And, yeah, it's just us this time. So it's weird, after we recorded earlier in the week with various guests. And
with all the guests?
All the guests, yeah. As this is the heaviest podcasting week we've ever done.
Yes.
As it stands right now, it's the heaviest week that I think we've done, because this is our third show we've recorded this week.
Yeah, with another one after this one.
Right.
Well, actually, since their show drops before it drops, like it's a hip-hop record,
well,
before our show does, we're recording with Daft Pod later tonight.
Right.
We're going to go crash their show and get all drunk and stuff.
It's going to be like an award show. You know how it'll be like Prince and then, I don't know, some undercard person? Yeah, we're Prince, by the way, but no, I kid. But the Grammys, they always pick like two artists and they just jam them together, so it's like Daft Pod and Salty Language, and we're gonna represent or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do something, I'm sure.
Yeah, guaranteed it'll be something.
It's definitely gonna be something.
Whether it's something to be proud of. Nah, that's a whole nother story.
I'm guessing no, but what are you going to do?
It's fine. It's not our show. Who cares? No.
Exactly.
I kid.
No, you don't.
Maybe I don't.
Oh, shit. So how the hell are you, Brian?
Actually, seemingly significantly better, because I no longer seem to have any kidney ailment punching me in the back or whatever.
This is good.
Dick. Yeah. Like, I actually canceled the doctor's appointment I had because I was like, I'm feeling pretty good, so I'm going to test, roll the dice on fate here, and hopefully I don't come up, rolling natural ones or whatever,
Oh, shit. Critical fail.
I know. Well, typically all my dice have are ones. Like, damn it.
Those are some shitty dice. You might want to buy some new ones.
I know. Every time you hear that Musings of a Geek bumper, with the dice roll in it, that's me.
Right.
That's me rolling ones.
Damn it! Drop my weapon.
The only difference is you don't hear sad trombone afterwards. Otherwise, that would be like my intro.
Yeah, fair enough.
My D&D, that would like sum up most of my D&D playing.
I'm going to attack. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. As you lunge forward, you trip on a rock, fall upon your knife, and are currently bleeding out. Oh, come on.
Give me a fort save.
Yeah.
You failed.
Yeah, damn it. You didn't even roll. Do I need to? No. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So
I guess for those of you who don't know, we did talk to our Chap Hop steam-powered friend, Professor Elemental, this week.
Yes. Also joined by our pal Oz.
Yes.
For what was a rousing conversation amongst gentle folk.
Gentle folk.
Mm-hmm.
Which there is also I put a link to Oz's charity on our webpage.
Excellent.
Located sexily on top of the Patreon link.
Well, how else would it be located?
It wears it like a hat.
A sexy hat.
A sexy hat.
That's with like 5 X's because, again, as we established, before, the more X's, the sexier it is. So,
Yes, exactly.
Obviously, with X being the sexiest letter.
Well, of course. I mean, it's
in the word sex.
Yeah, plus it's all X-y and stuff.
Exactly. Although, I don't know. Sometimes. I got nothing. I'm just trailing off.
All right, good game.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so we've established your kidneys are functioning. They're no longer full minerals, as far as you know.
Allegedly, right.
Allegedly, yeah. Allegedly mineral-free.
Yeah. Hopefully back to full muscle piss production.
Perfect.
But not the, not the one with the fortified muscle piss.
Right, no.
As it were. Ugh.
Hard muscle piss, even.
Yeah.
It's like the water flowing through my pipes.
Oh.
Ugh.
Probably tastes about the same.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, anything else exciting then? You guys ready for Snowmageddon?
Yeah, I was going to say we're about to get like a foot of snow dumped on us.
That's the rumor. I won't believe it until I wake up and look outside and there's a foot of snow.
I know. This is like last time when they were like, oh, we could get like, 4 to 6 inches, and there was like 2.
Yeah, we got a slight dusting, basically.
Yeah. Which, for most of us who live in Michigan or the northern part of the U.S. or the Canadas, I guess, it shouldn't be anything.
No.
We should just be like, dust it off our shoulder like we're Jay-Z and move on,
Nice,
However,
good call.
See, I'm leading you right into something I know you were probably going to talk about, right?
Well, yeah, kind of, because I wanted to stab lots of people today, Brian.
See, I know what I'm doing. I'm a goddamn
Because I'm all like, I got to do my Saturday grocery shopping, as is tradition.
Mm-hmm.
And my first stop was, the lovely local store, the Andersons.
Right.
And it was a frickin' madhouse.
Of course. Everyone's got to get that craft beer and, Tony Paco's before the snow.
I did buy a beer, but not from there.
Yeah.
But I was just there to get, like, our stuff, we need for the week and dinners and such, and it was insane.
Yeah. I don't doubt
there's people walking around with carts full of water and, like, 300 pounds of rock salt. And, like, you people are all retards.
It's funny. A few people I follow on the Instagrams are from further up in Michigan than we are. And one of the guys, he posted a picture that I think was from inside a Meijer store. And it was basically like the line led all the way into like the men's section, and you could see other checkouts, and it was just these huge lines of people, and it's like, this is so ridiculous, because it's not like this just like all of a sudden today just teleported over us, and we're like, oh my God, there's snow coming. We've known for like a week it was coming.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we've known like it's in season 5 of Game of Thrones known, Yeah.
And, it makes it worse,
like
too, because tomorrow's the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So everyone's like, I got to get my party shit. Oh, we got to get Survivor gear.
Right. And, well, no, because I was going to say, and it's the first of the month, but cards, like the food stamps and stuff, those aren't loaded until
tomorrow
or Monday.
Well, those people are they're all going to die in their houses.
Right.
They're SOL.
Right. Well, no, I was just meaning that, when seniors get their checks and people get their food stamps, you tend to see, healthier lines at the grocery stores and stuff too. So
'tis true.
If this was like 2 more days forward, it would have probably been like even worse.
Yeah.
But
it's
amazing.
We left that store though, and we went to the little veggie stand, which who cares about the name, doesn't matter, but it's the one by you, right?
Uh-huh.
To get cheap ass veggies because we like veggies.
Right.
Dude, I had to park in the field next to the place.
Yeah. That happens once in a while normally, though, but you're right. That's more because of...
Dude, I walked in, I looked around, the lines went from the registers all the way to the back of the building.
Oh, my God.
And I went, okay, I'm going to get in line, kids. Here's the list.
Good call.
And I just stayed in line. They ran around and got everything we needed.
Yeah, that's smart, because...
But it was insane.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I went and bought beer.
Well, necessities.
Yeah, exactly. I got to survive.
What are you going to get trapped without beer? I mean,
yeah, no, Jesus.
I mean, then you're going to become a savage, eat your children, and I mean, it's just going to be a mess,
Well, I have apples. I'd be fermenting them and stuff.
Well, the quickest fermentation process ever.
You're like, you guys don't need to eat these,
right? Like, Tony, why are there apples in your underbridges?
Because they're awesome.
Yeah. The stank really brings out the flavor. I'm gonna peel them.
Yeah, it was insane though. Watching people with carts full of shovels and salt and water. I hate everyone here.
Isn't it amazing how many times at the store when this kind of happens, how many shovels you see? It's like, who the fuck lives up here who doesn't have a shovel? I mean, I know shovels break and bend and all that shit.
Yeah, that shit happens, but you should always have a shovel,
right? Like every year, you hear about stores running out of shovels.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm like, how do you live in an area where, like, especially like after last winter?
Yeah, where we got punched square in the colon.
Yeah, we had it was like, what was it, the second most snow or the fourth?
The second worst winter we ever had.
Yeah. You'd think everybody would get prepared. However, they are not listening to Scar while he's singing, so whatever.
And granted, I did when we got home. I pulled the shovels out, leaned them up against the house, and fired up the snowblower. Make sure I have that by the door so it's ready to go. And
absolutely.
Got the salt out, and everything's ready for me to tackle the snow tomorrow if I have to.
Yeah.
But I wasn't running around like an asshole.
Well,
panicking. Well, okay, I was.
Right.
But I wasn't, not because of the panicky Pete snow, because I'm just an asshole.
Right.
That's what I was telling the kids. I'm like, when I saw the parking lot, I'm like, all right, here's the deal. Steel yourselves, because this is going to be a war.
Yeah.
We're going in. If I have to throw forearm shivers, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
We're getting through this.
For those of you that don't live in this kind of climate, the closest I can give you is one of two things. If you've ever seen one of those TV shows where they put like wedding dresses on deep clearance and the way that the people fight for them, it's similar to that. Or pretty much go Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It's similar to that. To where there's just
food and water.
Yeah, it's just people everywhere. Well, that's what's worse about some of the stores. Again, like a Meijer store, is they don't just sell food, they sell other stuff. So not only are people in line in front of you with like foodstuffs, they have all the survival stuffs, and then they also have like cool, cute leggings they picked up, and Toads and Dorbs bags, and
exactly.
I'm just describing
winter caps.
Right, I'm just describing what you had in your cart.
Well, duh. What do you mean? What I was wearing?
Yeah. Naturally, you are known for wearing leggings in public.
Oh yeah. Accentuate the package.
All of a sudden, I'm having a Simpsons moment. Like, you ever see the episode where Homer imagines Flanders in like a ski suit?
Yeah.
And Flanders keeps flexing his butt, and he's like, "Damn, sexy Flanders."
Yes.
Oh man. So
yeah, today was a shit show of shopping, but I made it through and I didn't murder anyone, so I guess we're good.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's probably a good thing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a week, that's for sure. I got all kinds of things.
All right, we'll go. I got literally nothing for the week.
What?
Well, I have things, I just don't have life things or whatever. So
well, after we finished talking to Professor Elemental and the guest to be named later, I was telling you I was going to go find a place to get beard trim and whatnot. Go to the barber shop.
Right.
Well, I went to a place, got the trim, and it was good, but it was weird at the same time.
Well, I imagine. By the way, giggity to you saying you got the trim. But anyway,
got the trim
because
nice.
I love
hilarious.
I love 70s references.
Exactly. But so I walk in, they're like, "What are you here for? Haircut?" And I took my hat off. No,
they're like, probably not.
So they're like, "Oh, beard trim?" I'm like, yeah, okay. And they set me up with some woman that nice woman,
right?
But
she's
she probably is into beard trimming because she couldn't get a job as nose tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right.
She's like, "Would you like the wash and fluff?" And you're like, "Slow down."
Easy.
Maybe from him.
Yeah. Fluff. What is this? Gabriel Iglesias?
Maybe.
Could be with a wig on.
You leave and your beard's just blown out like it's like it's in a Whitesnake video.
Nice. Full of hairspray.
Right. It's rolling across the hood of a car.
Smoke a cigar and I die.
Right.
But you know, I mean, it's been a while since I've been to a barber shop because I've been shaving my head for a long time.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, all right, and you know the like weird hand pinch thing they do with their fingers, and they're hold on, autoplay off. Okay, a page is reloaded on my thing. I had a video to autoplay last time, but it's off.
Okay.
Now. You do the weird finger pinch thing with the scissors when you're getting your hair cut.
Yeah.
Well, they do that, but on your face.
All right.
It was strange.
Yeah. I've never had a beard trim from anyone, honestly.
From a pro
I've always just done my own.
And it was nice because they cleaned everything up a little bit and cleaned up the stash.
Yeah, I can tell. It looks a lot different.
Like more shapely.
Yeah, right. Rather than.
But then she's like, "Do you want beard oil?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I didn't put anything in that day because I knew I was going to go. You know, so I'm like, "Yeah, of course." I usually put it in myself.
I'm laughing because it sounds no different than going to get for your actual hair. You know, back when we had luxurious locks, you go get a haircut and they're like, "Do you want any product in it?" You know,
that's kind of what it was.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she puts it, and then it's like she's like massaging my face, putting in the beard oil, right?
Right.
And then she cleaned up my neck a little bit. And she's like, "Oh, I'm going to put a little lotion on your neck." I'm like, "All right." So she starts putting lotion on my neck, and then it turned into some sort of weird shoulder trap rub thing.
See, now I'm picturing. Do you remember when
it was strange?
The Bugs Bunny cartoon where the red monster thing, and he's doing the barber stuff on him.
Yes.
Or no, I'm sorry. He did that, but actually the one I'm thinking of more is the Elmer Fudd one where he's doing the finger massage on his scalp and.
That's kind of what it was like. But because she went up on my head and on my neck and on my shoulders, and I was just like, am I supposed to give a signal and I get a handy or what's going on here?
I think that was the case. Yeah, she, it goes right from the shoulder massage into deep hurting. I'm pretty sure after that the shoulder massage is pretty close to. Similar from the 2-hand grab in prison, when you feel 2 hands on your shoulders, it's not going to be pleasant. It goes
from lotion to neck, shoulder rub, death by snoo snoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was. Snoo-snoo.
I mean, I'll go back in a few months if I need. I'm starting to look like a homeless man again.
Right. For those who don't know, if you're familiar with wrestling and you know who Luke Harper is, that's what Tony was looking like.
Yeah, yeah. I was a mess.
Luke Harper's beard's just all over the place. He looks.
Dude,
like
it was getting crazy.
Yeah. Or Charles Manson on any given day.
Yeah, also true. And unfortunately, one of the big reasons I went was I was kind of hoping to look in the mirror and see what she was doing, so I could kind of do it myself.
Yeah.
But she spun me, maybe because of her size.
Right.
She spun me away and just stood in front of me, and I couldn't see what the hell was happening. So I couldn't, take advantage of this myself or whatever.
I see.
Yeah,
that's too bad. Yeah.
But yeah, it was weird, but I guess it was good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's tough because the way the facial hair stuffs grow is you can't really just comb it and it all stays at one length and then you cut how you want. It doesn't,
Yeah, it kind of does its own thing.
Yeah, more and run the comb through it and it's kind of springs back to however it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, it was weird.
I tell you. I know.
Yeah.
What you need to do is just, you need to, push it against the wall and just get it real tall so it looks like bangs from the 80s or whatever, or the 90s, whatever it was.
Put my chin on an ironing board.
That's a good idea.
Press it out.
Smart idea. Well, that or just get a flat iron,
Nice. Like a steak? Flat iron steak?
Yeah.
That shit's a bomb.
Yeah, because we're manly. Yeah, flat iron steaks, of course.
Flat iron steak.
Of course, what else could I have been talking about?
Exactly, I don't know.
Certainly wasn't talking about a curling iron type apparatus.
I have no idea what that is at all.
No, nor do I.
Curling iron in my beard, get some sort of weird, Victorian thing going on.
That would be great.
I say.
So you look like some of the people from, I can't remember the name of the city. Was it Whoville or whatever from The Grinch?
Yes, exactly.
The big curls and...
The big curls and shit.
Yeah. then.
Shaking my fist at the Grinch.
Well, I doubt that unless you see a mirror.
Well, that's fair.
You son of a...
You son of a bitch, you.
Who's that handsome devil? So what else you got?
Well, I want to fight a woman.
The same woman or a different one?
No, a different woman. It's been a weird week,
I just have to clarify, that's all, you know.
I was working, right? And I was in our local college.
Right.
Walking the hallways, and I walked in and I realized I still had my sunglasses on.
Right. 2 pairs of shades?
I wish.
Anyway, sorry, it's
I understand.
rock and roll cheeseburger thing.
But, you know, I'm not the sunglasses inside guy. So I popped them off, in a prescription, of course.
Right.
So I pop them off, throw in my shirt collar. Now, mind you, without my glasses, everything's shit, you know?
Right.
So I turn the corner, and in the distance, I see a woman I know, because she works there.
Because she's blurry.
And, yeah, that's the key.
You're like, I've seen her before when I was drunk.
And we're walking towards each other, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm waving and smiling, and she's just kind of like, I'm fine. And as I got closer... One, she looked completely terrified,
well,
and this is pre-beard trim.
You're probably lucky you didn't get maced.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
She looked horrified, and my work coat, and thank God I'm getting a new one next week, was dirty from climbing in and out of the truck and ripped up. Looked like I got attacked by a bear.
Right. Well,
and it's all black.
You did just get a trim. Oh no, this was before that.
Before the trim. Right. So yeah. And I understand that I tower over. She's a little tiny thing.
Yeah.
And here comes some maniac in a dirty, ripped-up coat with a big, crazy beard saying, hey, how's it going?
Right.
But
she's just thinking she's going to disappear under a bridge somewhere.
Yeah. So I kind of get it. But at the same time, I got pissed when I realized it wasn't the woman I thought it was. Because I didn't say her name or anything. And I wasn't coming across like a ghoul. Yeah. I was being nice.
Right. Now imagine if by freak chance her name was the same as the woman you thought it was.
That would have been weird.
Because she would have been like, how does this creep know my name? I've seen you on Instagram.
but dude, I got like angry when I walked past her when I realized it wasn't the person I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I was just being nice. Like I was just acting like a human being.
Right.
And she was horrified. I just got pissed off. I wanted to throw down for some reason.
Well, that's fair. That's a fair reaction, I think.
Maybe it's my time of the month. I was emotional.
Well, she could have just been like, "Hey," and just kept moving on, or just ran, whichever.
She looked horrified.
Yeah. Were you still wearing like a skin suit or something?
Well, you'll have that.
Yeah, and just, maybe you forgot. Like, got your leather face mask on or something.
Got my necklace of ears.
Yeah, it happens. You forget to take them off sometimes,
It does. I mean,
So used to wearing them, they become comfortable, and it's like second nature at that point.
Yeah, I was, I don't know why I got so annoyed. Probably because, like I said, I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah, that's probably why, because,
I mean, when you boil it all down, I was just being nice.
Right, and and I'm going to say this, it's going to sound terrible, but I mean it, I don't mean it that way, is that you don't go out of your way to be nice to a lot of people.
No, you are correct. People don't in general.
Right. And so when you do, and then someone's just an asshole, or it's almost like holding a door open for somebody, and then they don't say thank you, or they're just like, and you're like, really?
Exactly. You just want to punch them in the face all of a sudden.
Or slam the door in their face, or trip them as they're coming through, something like that.
For sure.
Yeah. Typical normal human stuff.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, there was 2 women I wanted to fight this week.
What the? Were you Andy Kaufman?
Because once again, I'm working, and this has happened on a horrible day. This is one of those days where I want to just, wish I was on an island and whatever.
Right.
I'm walking into this place. There's a big fat, woman sitting on her ass, weird, using her speakerphone. Which I never understand people in speakerphone these days.
Me either.
Go fuck yourself if you love speakerphone.
I hate speakerphone. Yeah.
Hate.
Yeah, I violently hate it because I never know who else is listening when I'm talking to you, and that just bothers me a little bit. Because
I just hate it because I'm like, no one wants to hear your whole conversation.
Also, that. Yeah. Yeah, like people walking through the damn store, like holding their phone, like 3 feet in front of their face or whatever, and it's on speaker, and it's like, really? Like, why can you hold your phone there, but you can't hold it to your ear?
You can't put it to your dumb face.
I don't want the radiations.
Oh, the radiation wants you.
It's like, look, you already look like you've been through some radiation, so,
Exactly, Toxic Avenger.
Right. Unfortunately, you didn't get any, Hulk powers out of it.
Yeah, just deformity.
You just got the ugly. Yeah. Your superpower is you can frighten a store full of people by looking at
exactly, make children cry. Good job, you freak. But if I'm walking in, I got my big ass hand truck, and she's on speakerphone. And she's like, "Some delivery man's messing up my floor I just washed." And I looked at her.
Oh man.
Yeah, I looked at her like, the fuck? And then the person on the phone said something, and she's like, "I said some delivery man is dirtying up the floor I just cleaned," which I'm waiting for an elevator at the time. And I had to at that point.
You did a soft shoe right there on the floor, right?
Pretty damn close. I just started tapping all the salt and dirt out of my waffled my boots,
Right.
I was so pissed.
As you should have.
Dude, if it was a movie, it would have been that scene. It would have cut to an exterior shot, maybe like a cameraman down in the bushes or something, and then her flying through the plate glass window. I was so pissed. Damn, having to have tact when I'm working.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if you're just there as, a random person visiting whatever this company or whatever it is, oh man, you're dumping like all the dirt off your shoes on that floor. In fact, I'd go outside and get more dirt just to put on the floor.
Exactly.
Like getting on my hands and knees and I'm rubbing it onto the floor. Almost like, basically doing the equivalent of a dog rubbing its ass across the carpet.
Maybe you would rub your ass across the tile.
I might. I'm unpredictable like that.
Yeah.
Plus it feels good sometimes. You get that itch once in a while.
That deep itch?
Yeah. That only a carpet can soothe.
Right, exactly. A carpet can soothe. That's hilarious. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm drawn to this kind of nonsense.
Yeah, it does seem to find you.
Maybe it's just a shitty week I'm having.
No, I think it just seems to find you, though, but that's fine. It probably has a lot to do with the job you do, though, too. Because,
that's probably true.
If you were walking in some suit and whatever, there's probably less of a chance that this monstrosity is going to, do the same thing. But really, it's like, why are you on speakerphone when you're, talking to some asshole while you're at work?
Yeah, sitting down doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, must be nice.
That's what I was thinking, too.
I mean, I don't have a job, but it's like, that's the ideal job. Sit on your ass, do nothing, get paid. Well, it's not ideal, I guess. I'd get bored as shit, but...
Talk on speakerphone?
I don't know. If someone paid me to just sit there on the phone, talk on speakerphone to, like, you all day, yeah, I'd be all right with it.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile, you're in another office doing the same thing. That's winning in life right there. We just do the podcast during work.
That'd be hilarious.
Right? It's like, tune into our live broadcast all day while we're at work.
All day.
Well, I got to take a break right now while I sort some paperwork. We'll be back in an hour.
Nice.
In the meantime, listen to the soothing sounds of Tony.
Should have been live. Yeah, I had to wait for the song to load.
Well, of course. Which seems like that should have been preloaded, but
you would think we run a shit operation, you know that.
That is true.
This is very true.
All right. So now we've got the two women you wanted to fight out of the way. What else you got? You got more?
We watched Lucy.
Okay, the movie with Scarlett Johansson in it.
Yeah.
So visually it was stunning, but
right.
Yeah.
First off, before I get to the movie,
okay.
There was a trailer before the movie that blew my mind.
Damn it. See, I want to use like an exploding sound effect, but after the most recent Rock and Roll Cheeseburger, I kind of don't want to because I think they nailed it.
I guess we can just do.
I guess.
It's really not the same, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all right. Maybe we'll just steal their sound effect. That'd be hilarious.
Well, that's the one reason I didn't grab an eagle scream.
Right.
Because they use it. I'm like,
and the one they have is so good. I know.
Yeah, it's perfect. So I don't want to, why steal their bit?
Yeah, jerks. I mean, we love Rock and Roll Cheeseburger. Go listen to all their episodes.
Dude, I'd go. Oh, I had a cheeseburger yesterday. I had fried pickles on it. It was pretty awesome.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
So this trailer for In Front of Lucy, they're making yet another Scorpion King movie.
Of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know who one of the stars, quote unquote, in it is?
Big Country Roy Nelson.
God damn it, you're right. And he looked ridiculous in the little cut they had.
Yeah. Well,
because he's in like armor with a mullet, and it's like, what's going on here?
That's kind of his look, though. He's been rocking that mullet for years.
Oh, I know, but I just can't see a mullet in, like, Egyptian times.
Oh. Well, The Rock had one.
I guess he did, didn't he?
Yeah. Realistically, the mullet is the ideal long-haired movie haircut.
Yeah, because it doesn't get in front of her gorgeous face
right.
or whatever.
Nothing's in front of the moneymaker. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know how much movies love to keep the hair or a mask out of the face, as evidenced by any time we talk about a comic book movie rant.
Okay, I guess there's at that point. I don't know. When I saw
it's probably
Roy
just more
Big
that,
Country Nelson, I'm like, the fuck? How is he in an action movie when he's...
You're just expecting him to have more of a, like, I don't know, some grizzled, like, haircut that's just all over the place.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting him at all.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Although he was perfectly outfitted to go into Hobo Gulch for Hicks versus Hobos.
Well, I wouldn't want to take him on. That's for damn sure. I don't care.
No.
I don't care which team he's fighting for. I don't want any part of that. Because
Exactly.
I've seen that guy just take a beating, but he won't give up.
Yeah, for sure. You better pop out behind a tree and hit him with a hammer and hope it works.
Even then, I don't know. It's like, man, you better be able to get that hammer back and keep hitting him, because that guy's a monster. I mean,
But yeah, that was But then Lucy, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it. I'm not that big of a fan.
Yeah, it seems to be the way. I haven't watched it, but that seems to be the way a lot of people looked at it, though. Like, the first thing, like, when I first saw the previews for it, and they're like, she could use more than 10% of her brain. I'm like, we all use more than 10% of our brain. That's a scientific, like, it's just bunk, that we only use 10% of our brain. It's like,
But dude, when she gets like 60%, she can like stop time and pick people up.
She
and
do that
stuff.
shit most of the time, anyways, because she's hot as fuck. All she's got to do is just make sure she stands around guys.
Wait, problem. Here's the problem.
All right.
She may be delicious to look at,
Right.
but once her brain starts braining better,
Yeah.
she, it's like loses touch of her emotions.
Okay.
So she goes through a majority of the movie of just dead eyes.
I think
Dead eyes, like a doll's eyes.
That's how I like my women. Hot and with dead eyes.
So it's just, I don't know.
I understand.
I was not a fan of the movie. I mean, it was okay, but I would never watch it again.
Right. Was Morgan Freeman did something in that, didn't he?
He was like the brain scientist, the lead guy in theories of, well, if you get to this level of brain activity, you can, get telekinetic power. It's
telekinesis, Kyle?
Nice.
Wow. Well, I don't even know why I asked you if Morgan Freeman did something, and of course he did. He's in everything.
And it was, I mean, have you heard how she gets her powers?
No.
I mean, it's not really spoilers because it happens pretty early in the movie, but she saw, like the Yakuza basically, kidnaps her or whatever, and they put a bag of some sort of synthesized drug in her belly.
Okay.
Right? And she, pisses off some guy, and he gives her the old, as we would call it in my taekwondo days, the old aborto kick. Right to the guts,
Wow. I kind of want to
name pops the bag open so the stuff starts leaking into her, and it makes her brain go, whoa, I can access more brain now. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. I can braining at a brainier level now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I've heard both. I've either heard this, people were like, oh, it was kind of cool and whatever, and then I was like, it was, so. That's
kind of, I was like, it's okay.
Yeah. It's like, I'll just go back to watching Captain America then.
I mean, there was one scene in this hallway where these Yakuza, she like takes their guns away with the force.
Right.
And they come flying at her I'm like, oh, this is going to be sweet, epic kung fu battle.
Right.
Nah, she just puts them on the ceiling with mind powers.
Oh.
It's like, that's not as fun as it. I was hoping for like some Matrix shit.
Right, or she kills them with mind bullets or something.
Yeah, their heads just explode.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Scanners.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
She just looks at him.
Yeah.
It's like
but
a sit on a
just,
13-year-old. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You got more?
Oh, let me look at my shit here. Well, I got, we got some links and stuff from other people. I guess I'll talk about that thing I was telling you about.
All right.
The weird Reddit link. Speaking of Reddit, Salty Language is on Reddit now. r/Salty Language. Shake it out.
Yeah. Do it.
If you're a Redditor.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I was looking at, a fine subreddit, Brian, known as Real Girls.
Okay.
Which
Now-
is pics of hot real girls.
Okay, now, by real girls, you're not talking about the, like, robot girls. This isn't like an Alex and Ada kind of situation here. Okay.
As far as I know.
You're talking about, like, actual women or girls here,
Actual
right?
women, yes.
Okay. Because
And
when
so
I
I'm
hear
just
real
perusing
girls, I
that.
think of, like, the, like, sex dolls, basically.
No, not those kind of real
Okay,
girls.
just double checking.
Because, there's Gone Wild, which is just like, here's my vagina.
Yeah, right.
And there's real girls when it's like, good-looking women still in clothing.
Right.
Right?
The one you can get away with while you're waiting, in line at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm perusing, and one of them was like, hey, it's whatever, I'm back. So I'm like, So I click on it, because she was clothed, but I'm like, I want to see this chick naked. So let me see if she submitted naked links elsewhere, right?
Right. As is tradition.
As is tradition.
Right.
And one of the things that came up was, it was, I think it was called like Sex Sells or something, was a subreddit, but it no longer exists. But I found one similar to what she was doing.
Okay.
And this is called Kick Snaps, our Kick Snaps.
Okay.
And it's women that sell time that they will kick you or Snapchat you.
Yeah.
And I had no idea this existed.
From what I
and
know,
it's fascinating to me.
I've seen on various people that I follow on Twitter that this seems to be a thing of, like, cam girls. Like, a lot of the cam girls do this kind of thing where they'll sell Skype or Kick or Snapchat stuff. I mean, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, it makes sense, right?
I guess.
I'm just saying, if people will pay for it, fuck it, why not?
It's fascinating because I can't believe people pay for it, but people must.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find one that gives a pricing thing.
Yeah. It's amazing to me. I don't know, man. It's amazing to me what people will spend money on at times, but yet at the same time, it's not. It's just the next step in what's been there for years.
Right. Like, here you go. It says, let me heat you up, winky face. $30 for a half hour, $40 for an hour. Unlimited photos, private message for details.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
So you got a private message out, right?
Well, duh.
Like, how much for a podcast? No.
And, and then they usually, have some sort of imager link, like, here's what I look like. Guess what you're going to get. I just can't believe. I guess if I had an awesome vagina, I would be doing this too.
Well,
but I don't really think there's a market for dicks. And
just go get. Oh God, I can't. You know what? There probably is, but it's a much, much, much. Pardon the phrase. Tinier market.
It's probably dudes too.
Right, because anytime
the
women,
old gay for pay kind of thing.
Right, because anytime women want dick pics, all they have to do is ask for them, and they'll get. Oh, they don't even have to ask for them, as the internet has proven time and time again.
Right.
Seriously, guys, women don't want to see your dick. If they do, they'll ask you for it.
True.
They don't want.
And then you're like, I'll be right over.
Yeah, right. That's how you take care of it. So what if she lives across the country? Plane flight from one side of the country to the other is not that long. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You
grab a nice book, some podcasts or something, like the Salty Language Show.
You can. Well, you listen to that to keep you in the mood while you're sexting her, of course.
Naturally.
Right.
That was one of the things. People were like, "Sext me tonight for $5."
Yeah.
I just, these probably all have imager links or whatever. You could just take some pictures of some chick, although the internet's so full of weird detectives that they'd figure you out.
Yeah.
And do the same thing. Be like, I'll sext you for a night. Not have no pics, just text.
Yeah.
And maybe make a fortune. I don't know. It's fascinating.
So what you're saying is this is what you're going to start doing now. No pics, but just sexting all the time.
Dude, if I could be a stay-at-home dad and do that, fuck yeah.
Yeah, right.
I like a chick online.
Fuck, you can just start sending pictures of other people.
This is true.
It's like catfishing, but with sexting. Well,
Right.
It's actually just like catfishing.
But so there was that, and this girl also did another one where it was r/fetish items.
Uh-huh.
Right? And it's like, there's a link that's like, I'm selling this stuff. And it's like, boy shorts, thong. And they just sell their panties.
Right.
And it's like, and you could pay more for ones that she wore longer or post-sex panties. Or it was fascinating. It's a whole market.
Well, yeah, and that's like that. I know exists, but good Lord, I mean, because I'm a connoisseur. But no, I have all the pain. No,
but yeah, I mean, I spent a decent amount of time to like just fascinated clicking on links. Like, what? Really?
Right. And
I mean, I don't get it.
I don't either.
But I mean, I guess if that's your thing, there's a marketplace for it,
right? Well, that's the thing. I mean, if there's a fetish for it, why not monetize it if you're in that game?
I guess.
I mean, that's it's no different than I don't know. I don't even want to draw a parallel here because I just can't. But
like I said, Brian, if I had an awesome vagina and needed some money, it seems easy.
I know. It's and it's similar to like whenever the argument about like strippers being the empowered versus the objectified kind of argument,
right?
It's like, god damn, it's like these women can get guys. I mean, we've said countless times on the show, it's guys on the internet being guys on the internet. There's a reason we've said that. Guys on the internet will tell any girl that she is pretty if she shows cleavage or more. And I've seen this countless times because I've seen some fucking ugly-ass bitches, but they have big old titties, and, guys are all like, hey, beautiful. Nah, nah.
What's up, girl?
And it's like, man, you really are. That's a great impression of Tony without his glasses, but still. And, whatever, to each their own. I just don't. It blows my mind how much money people spend on this stuff. Like,
it is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they weren't making money, they wouldn't be doing it.
Right. I had a cam girl follow me a couple of months ago, and whenever someone follows me on Twitter, I generally will look at their account, again, to try to make sure they're not a bot more than anything.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
When I looked at her account, one of the pictures one of the things on there was like, check out my new car. I clicked the, thing to see the car. Dude, it's like a BMW. And not like one of those old ones that people drive to kind of look like, hey, I got a BMW. It's like, dude, you paid like $300 for it. Slow down.
Exactly. Right.
This is like a brand new BMW. And I'm like, like, all right then. This is, like amazing to me that you make enough money you can buy that kind of car.
Yes.
I mean, she was hot, so I don't doubt it, but it's the idea that I can't fathom that because I can't. And again, for those who don't know me, I've never been a strip club kind of person.
Right.
For similar reasons. I just can't go and, like, some people are like, oh, blah, blah, oh, crazy night at the strip club. I dropped like $300, $400, $500. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Like, I mean, once in a while, hey, whatever, we all get stupid, but man, there's people who do that like every week.
Yeah, I couldn't see doing that every week.
Yeah. And I did have a conversation.
I've done that before, but usually there's lots of drinking involved.
Right. I had a conversation with a guy one time that was like, it's no different than if I was out on the dating scene, I'd probably be dropping $100 a week.
Yeah, but the stripper isn't going home with you, maybe.
Right. Yeah, the odds are she's not. And, if so, it's just going to maybe lead to other costs.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I'm kidding.
A la carte costs. Plus veil drugs.
Right. And that's actually not the STD stuff, but the whole, like, not going home with you. That's the part where it also bothered me, the two things. And same with this other shit. All right, so you got her panties that she wore all day at the gym.
Yeah, then what?
I mean,
you walk around the house with it on your head like Aunt Jemima?
I mean, I might, I'm not going to lie, I mean. But, yeah, I don't get this shit. And I really don't want to delve into trying to get this shit. Although if I was a psychologist or whatever, that would probably be my area. I'd love to get into people's heads with the fetish stuff and all this kind of stuff. Because, I mean, at its core, I understand why people have them. But at the same time, there's some fetishes that are like, what the fuck? Like, I hate feet, but I at least understand that it's a body part.
Right.
There's some of the fetishes that I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, I hear
remotely.
You.
Like, how the fuck did you even find out that was your fetish? Like that kind of thing,
Like, well, I was looking at a shoe catalog, and I came in my pants.
As is tradition.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I almost want to go on Gone Wild and, like, comment on every post. You're giving it away for free.
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right?
Just give me a cut. I'll steer you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Making some sort of weird pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme of titties.
You do understand this is similar to being a pimp, right? Shh. All right. I'm just saying maybe you should keep your backhand at its finest. That's all.
It's true. It's true.
Shit. Yeah, we could probably do a whole show. You know, it's funny, and I'll workshop here a little bit, is that Oz actually mentioned to us about that we should get like a nerdy cam girl or a porn star kind of a thing for the show. And after just having this conversation, I'm kind of feeling he might be right. Like, just for funsies, that maybe, you know.
I would be in to try to get one of these girls that posts on the selling kit. I'd love to know how much business they do.
Well, in fairness, I will say this. If you do want to know, I know Beyond the 140 had, I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember her username. It's like Liliana something. But they had her on their show and talked to her about this a little bit. So,
right.
You know, if anyone is curious, there is, you know, until we do a better version. There is that to, I don't want to know what you savages do. But anyways, yeah. You can't help it. I mean,
Indeed.
It is what it is, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it blew my mind.
Yeah. So what was? Are we gonna have links for this subreddit for people, or are we gonna like?
Should we?
I don't know. That's what I'm like. I kind of feel like
either, Brian.
You know, it's like you don't know what your audience is, you know, so you don't know if you're enabling people.
Maybe that's one they should just go find on their own,
right? And if not, you'll find something really similar, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like I think it's called Snaps Kick or something like, or Kick Snaps, or
right.
Just Google it; you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
savages.
Or probably just go to any like cam girl site, and they all probably have this. I would imagine.
Yeah, you'll figure it out if you're gross dick in your hand.
Right. I mean, if they don't have this, it seems like you're missing out on an opportunity, right? Because I mean,
also true.
The snap. Well, I don't know. The snaps are. I don't know. I hardly.
That's my thing.
I rarely even use Snapchat. So.
I got to get back to it now.
Okay.
I can't see paying some broad, like, I think one of them was like $50 for like lifetime Snapchat.
Right.
Okay, great. So once a day, maybe I'm going to get a 30-second shot of some sort of like weird nipple,
right,
or something.
Weird nipple, nice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean you can screen cap it, but
true, but still, whatever. I have Google.
I understand. I'm with you on this. I just
I mean, unless it's like somebody I know.
Well, see, that's the key. And this is where like strip clubs and this are so similar, is that's the difference, is that people make connections, and when they think they've made connections, then the stuff becomes personal, which is also why these kind of things are so dangerous.
Yeah, like, Crevassier's working today. I'm going down there.
Right. Well, it's like I heard that Liliana talking on BT 140, like after one of their shows when we were all, a group of us were just in there just, having a conversation. And she made a comment that somebody she knew was kind of new to or one of the other cam girls or whatever, like, had her address or something. Or no, had her full name as her, like, screen name. And it was a real name. And she's like, are you crazy? She's like, people can get on the internet and find, like, everything about you.
Figure you out like that.
Yeah, she's like, next thing you know, you're going to have some creep at your door, And I was like, yeah, there's that. And same with, strippers, prostitutes, any of that kind of stuff. Any sort of sex work, I'm sure, Creeps.
Creeps.
Stop being savages.
Exactly.
Unless you're talking about Macho Man Randy Savages.
Oh, yeah!
Then
damn straight.
Then keep on trucking.
The cream of the crop.
Damn right. All right. So, you got anything else to get into?
Well, did you see the link that Cheeto sent us?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Oh, you know what? That's okay. First of all, let's describe it here. Is that some guy got a patent on basically how to make a Keurig, but for beer.
Yes.
Which is fantastic, but it goes even further than that. He actually he has a patent on a way of bagging carbonated beverages, which means that not only could this work for that, but it could be even better than like SodaStream for soda pops and such.
Right.
Because a lot, you have to get the carbonation just right and whatever. The Keurig kind of thing could have it to where it's like a preset. This is how it's supposed to taste kind of a thing,
Because like it says, it ranks, it beat all the ratings for oxidation, preservation, shelf life, contamination for cans, bottles, and kegs.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Because that's usually, it's like getting a growler. It's great and all if you're going to drink the beer within like a day.
Yes.
Or two, depending on the beer. After that, the beer starts getting flat, and it's just,
Yeah, and it says the bag holds 11 12-ounce beers.
Right.
So it's sitting.
Right, and like they... Well, I saw the article also says that, by using bags, it'll take up less shelf space, which can save retailers money, and the cost will be lower, so it can save distributors money, all this. Like, this could be, like, in a lot of ways, a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
This can make a big difference for a lot of things. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not going to affect the average person a ton, probably, because you've got to buy what is set up as, a $300 machine?
$300 machine, yep.
That's
pre-order for $300 at least.
Right. That price point's a little high, considering what a Keurig costs. Most of those are about 150-ish, 150 up, So they need to get a lower-end model that's around $100, then I think you'd see them sell the shit out of the thing.
Well, it says according to Cinec, whatever that's the company,
it
says more than 17,000 brands from more than 1,200 breweries support the system.
Oh, sure.
And it keeps the beer fresh for 30 days or longer when used with an adapter. I'm not sure what that means.
It's probably
Cheeto said the same thing on Twitter.
I might be wrong, but I'm guessing that the adapter is probably something that does something with the carbonation.
Probably.
To keep it carbonated. Otherwise, you lose that carbonation. Even if it's kind of sealed, you're probably still going to have like that slow, a slow leak of carbonation out of it.
Right. But I mean, if this thing works like they say it works, awesome.
How great is that for you can get small brews and actually have, pour yourself a pint of it rather than having, bottles are fine and all, but I'd much rather have like a fresh draft than, a can or a bottle of those, microbrews that you're paying $20 for a 4-pack,
Yeah, for sure.
And
plus it said it was for home beer too, home brewing.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's a great idea because, we love beer here at the Salty Language Podcast.
It's no secret. Yeah.
I'm enjoying some right now. I'm about ready to get into my second one.
You are an enthusiast after all.
Fuck yeah, I am, Brian.
And if it wasn't for financial issues, I too would be an enthusiast.
So what I got to say for the beer Keurig is...
Shut up and take my money.
Oh, for
that
sure.
Is for sure.
For sure. Yeah, if money was no object, I'd be on the pre-order list already.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's videos describing the system and all that, which we'll post on the Salty Language website.
Right, and it'll be in the show notes and such, So if you happen to use, which I don't know really, some people must, but the podcast app that's now preloaded on as part of the newer software for Apple.
Right.
You can look at notes right in that app, and you can click hyperlinks right from there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you use that, I put the show notes for everything, and there's links for pretty much, not everything we talk about, but kind of the major points.
Right.
So as you're listening, if you use that, you can jump in there and,
You could follow along, people.
Yeah. Exactly. Or something, I don't know.
Oh, he sent that today, and when I read it, I was like, that is awesome.
That is right up our alley for sure. Thanks for the heads
that
up
man
on that.
knows us.
Yeah. And I think
Clearly.
we've talked about something similar before, but it wasn't like anywhere near as good. So
Yeah, I don't think so either.
This sounds like a company that's really got their shit together.
Oh, for sure.
So, right on. So, yeah, thanks
Right
for the
on.
heads up on that, Cheeto. Good
Yeah,
looks.
it's awesome find.
Let's see. What else we got? You got anything else?
Oh, I guess if we want to talk about our loyal fan base, we can do a shout-out to Britt McFadden at McGiant22, the newest enthusiast supporter.
Right.
Good show, old chap. Welcome to the club.
Right. As we hoist
Your knight armor and sword are in the mail.
Hopefully Customs doesn't get them.
Yeah, that's true. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Dude, check out this sweet armor and sword I just got.
How great would that be if we had just a giant round table for all the Patreon enthusiasts?
Yeah.
Meet up with swords and armor.
Right. Oh, that'd be sweet. Well, we need more Patreon subscribers to make that happen.
That's a good call.
So head on over to saltylanguage.com.
Click on the Patreon link. Become a supporter.
Yeah.
Help yourself buy a sword and armor.
While we're on it, might as well, we'll just go ahead and do the plug here. Seriously, you can help us out a little bit to, upgrade our, well, like I'm talking into a shitty stage mic. I would love to have a, more of a podcast-friendly mic.
Right.
We help us do that, help us cover costs, help us build the wizard tower that we talked about ages ago.
The wizard tower of our dreams.
Yes. Or shorter term goal, make the enthusiasts of the round table happen,
Also true. We could have a jousting tournament.
Ooh.
with our podcast followers.
I like that idea.
Because we'll mop them up.
I'm not going to take part in it. I'll just be sitting off to the side drinking wine.
Dude, we're the host of the show. We sit in the stands with crowns on and stuff.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't think of his name. There was that one king that used to do jousting. He got himself hurt because he came out of this, during one of the
King Joust, right?
Yes, I believe that was his name, King Joust. The video game was actually named after him.
Because he rode an ostrich.
Right. As was tradition.
Of course.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Fetch my ostrich! Oh, shit. Yeah, anyway, you can donate anywhere from $1 to whatever you want to donate, I think, and you can cancel it after a month if you're an idiot, and, but it helps us out, so whatever. So if you can, thanks. If you can't, well, all right.
We understand, but we shake our fist at you.
Right. We're definitely looking down our noses at you.
We send mental shame beams at you.
Because we have the right to do that. You're being mentally shamed by some awful people.
Yeah, for sure. Boy, we're horrible.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight 2 women this week.
But you didn't, so,
that's true.
Right?
I didn't.
Yeah.
That's good call.
Yeah.
That's right, Brian. I'm a hero.
Goddamn hero. It could have been 3 women had the one messed your beard up.
Oh, no, dude, I couldn't have taken her.
No, I'm just saying you would have wanted to. Yeah, I didn't say you would, because, again, you showed restraint all week, so,
Yeah, no, that would have been a losing battle, sir.
Right. She, just cut your beard in some weird way, and next thing you know, you're like, all right, have at you, and she's like, I was a bare-knuckle boxing champ, and you're like, and she's like, men's division, you're like, whoa.
I would have had to hop on her back like, the Dread Pirate Roberts on Andre the Giant.
Right.
Choke her out.
She's like, I used to joust, but I didn't ride a horse or use oh God, I can't think of what it's called. The the jousting stick. I can't think what they're called.
Lance.
Thank you. She just would run at him head first and just punch the guy.
Naturally.
Basically, picture one person jousting and the other is Rhino from Spider-Man. Just, man. All right, so let's get into some controversy.
Ooh, okay.
Well, whatever. I mean, it's, whatever. The first one, well, there's 3 bits here. The first one, did you watch the Fantastic Four trailer?
Fuck me in the goat ass. No, I didn't.
Well,
I suck, Brian.
You didn't miss anything. They don't really show a whole lot in the commercial or the trailer. It's just a teaser. It's basically,
I did see the someone made a obvious comparison when they're standing over some canyon or some weird glowing thing in the middle.
Yeah.
And someone took a screen cap of that and put it next to an image from Halo. It almost looks identical.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do anything to excite me for the movie, which it's going to take a whole lot to excite me for this movie because it just the smell wafting off of it just is pungent as hell. I don't know. It just didn't really. I don't know. It just didn't really do anything for me. It gives you a real brief look at each of them, kind of using their powers, and that's about it. You see.
I just don't like how they're getting away from the storyline of.
Yeah. And you see Doom before he's Doom, basically, but there's no, full frontal of him in his, outfit or whatever.
Boo.
I know you wanted to see some Doom Dong in there.
Doom Dong. It's got a little mask on it.
Of course. Because it, too, was scarred in a horrible accident.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so... Because, he's supposed to be, what is it, like a cyber terrorist now? Or something?
What?
And I was like, you do understand that you guys have taken Doom from being, like... next to a god. I mean, because he's an all-powerful wizard, and he's a super brainy scientist type. And now he's a cyber bully.
now he's a jerk in his basement on his laptop.
Yeah.
Like, on 4chan / designing the images for his level 15 mage.
Right. So, I don't know. Like I said, that story is a damn mess. I just don't know how it's going to have any chance. And, given the last 2 Fantastic Four movies, to look at this one and go, wow, what a pile of shit. I mean, that's saying something, because those 2 were piles of shit.
They were pretty bad.
They were not good.
No.
So, yeah.
I'm more inclined to watch the one where from the 70s where they have like a 2x4 and a sleeve for Mr. Fantastic.
Right. At least I know I'm going to get a good laugh out of that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying. So anyways, let's move on from that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Stupid Sony. Just give up the rights to it, you savages.
Yeah.
Let Marvel do the right thing with the Fantastic Four.
It's funny because you take a franchise like Fantastic Four that's been around since, the 60s or whatever.
Forever.
And you just dump all... I mean, they gave it a legitimate try with the other ones at least. Yeah. This one's like, oh, we need a reboot. When you reboot, you don't have to, just keep the names of the characters and cleanse everything else. You can actually use... one of the best things that you can do probably with a comic book property is actually use stories or similar stories to ones that have been done in the comics.
Yeah, because it'll connect with the people.
Right. And if the story's good, you'll connect with the already rabid fan base, which will bring you a shit ton of money, and it'll also make outside people come in. But I don't know. I've said all along, or before, I still don't think Fantastic Four is an A property, but it deserves better treatment than this.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I mean, they are shitting right on its face.
Yeah. And I mean, Doom's probably into it. Them Latvarians are crazy. But...
Well, that's true. I mean, he's got a big glass table.
Oh, for sure.
Just in his Doom lobby.
Doom lobby. It's the worst arts and crafts store, or the coolest arts and crafts store ever.
It'd be great if Latveria, however you say that, just everything was like Doom something.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Doom Pharmacy, the Doom Hotel.
It's basically like walking through Disneyland.
Hotel Doom. Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like walking through Disneyland.
Yeah.
But Doom. Everyone's got little Doom hats on.
Well, of course.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, they're all Doom bots.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Doom bots are sick.
Yeah. Even if they're not actually a bot, they're just someone in a Doom costume. They're a Doom.
Now his Doom bot is a little program he has that sends people mean tweets.
Probably. Probably. Mean tweets. You're a meanie face.
Yeah, exactly.
Son of a bitch.
God damn, this Doom account that followed me.
It's not even Doom anymore because he changed his name. It's Victor Van Dam or Victor Von Dam?
If it's not played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'm out.
I know, right? If he was,
that'd be sick. Doom doing splits.
Totally back in if it was. Could be like, wow, I didn't know Doom was this agile. I've never seen him really have to fight before.
Kicks.
Normally, he just stays back and lets his army of things do work, but
yeah, he's in there kicking ass, greasy mullet, French accent.
Well,
was it Bulgarian? I can't remember.
Shouldn't he be wearing the Doom costume though? Or
oh hell no,
no. Well, now how about this? How about he still wears the tunic?
That one is Jean-Claude Van Doom.
You're right. God. Somehow I think this makes the movie better though.
You know what makes it better is now I'm picturing Van Damme movies with Doom in them.
Right.
Like Bloodsport with Doom.
Ooh, wow, that'd be over pretty quick. I mean,
yeah, he just walks in and just mops everybody up.
Yeah, Doom is here for revenge. Just fucking the blasters in his hand and just vaporizes people. Like, this seems like cheating. You said I can only use my fists.
The most appropriate movie would be Cyborg.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Even then, he's better at it than Van Damme was.
Maybe Time Cop, too, because then he used the time platform to zip around and do Doom stuff.
Is there nice? Is there any room in this for Van Damme to play Doom in the Van Damme movies?
This is getting awfully meta.
I like it.
But yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Like, Street Fighter would be crazy. Guile would be ridiculous. It's like Guile with his powers and Doom powers.
The Sonic
and
Boom
Van
is
Damme.
actually a Sonic Boom.
Right. I'm liking where this is going. This is way better. You know, instead of just rebooting one franchise, I mean, we just completely just rewrite Van Damme's canon as Van Doom.
Van Doom. Jean-Claude Van Doom.
That's much better. I like
I'm
this.
in.
Or Von Doom, whatever. However we need to change it.
Exactly. Can't you see him dancing with urban youths in that weird unitard?
Yes.
But with the Doom mask on?
Absolutely. I'm sure Doom does that all the time. I'm sure, you know, with that smooth head he has under that cloak, can you imagine the head spins he does?
Oh, it's crazy. Wicked head spins. Wicked.
Yeah, they're rad, man. They're extreme. Anyway, enough of that.
The only problem with this is, because in pretty much every Van Damme movie, there's Van Damme ass.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like heavily scarred Doom ass, or is it just going to be like metal-clad buttocks?
Well, you know, I don't want to give anything away, so it depends on the movie. It depends on what the scene calls for.
It's true. I mean, because for all we know, underneath that little green tunic he wears, he could just be bare ass anyway.
Right. I would.
No
think
one knows.
I would think he probably is. He just wears.
Well, his serfs know.
Well,
they're all too familiar with it.
Right. You clean Doom's undercarriage. Jesus.
He's just got a servant named Bidet. Bidet, come here.
Now I have to ask a question.
Yes.
And this is, we're going to really trail off into some weird shit here for a minute.
That's weird. We don't do that ever.
Not at all. Okay, so does Bidet use like a water bottle or a squirt gun? Does he just spit to clean it, or you know, how does he clean?
He always carries a canteen of the finest Litverian water.
Well, of course.
That he puts a mouthful and then sprays it out of his mouth.
Now, once it's in his mouth, though, isn't it sullied? Too sullied for Doom's buttocks?
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about it.
I mean,
oh, maybe Bidet is an attractive woman.
Okay.
Wait, unless Doom's into the attractive boys.
Fair
you
enough.
never know.
All
It is Doom.
Okay, fair enough. We don't want to, like pigeonhole this project.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
You're right.
He might have like crazy key parties at Castle Doom.
Oh man.
Everyone's got an eyes wide shut mask on, including him.
Well, of course. You look really familiar. I don't see how I have a mask on. Or I'm sorry, Doom doesn't see how Doom has a mask on. Because he always refers to himself in the third person. So, oh my God. You know, see, the only problem with this whole thing for me is that Van Damme is not a good speaker. And I kind of want Doom to be really good. Now, because when Doom talks, I pretty much picture, The Rock cutting a promo, but it's Doom.
Right, I see that.
So Van Damme's going to have to step it up, or we're going to have to do a voiceover here. I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking voiceover. He's going to have the mask on. Who cares? You can see his stupid mouth move.
Right. Or hopefully we won't see his undercarriage getting cleansed.
Also true.
Well, then again, I mean, if it's integral to the plot.
Well, sometimes you got to take the hit.
Right. All right. So, speaking of other controversial castings.
Okay.
What a great segue, right from Doom's buttocks. I stab at thee. It was announced this week that they've cast Jimmy Olsen for the upcoming Supergirl TV show.
Right.
And I don't know how to say the guy's name. I don't want to get it wrong, but I'll try. It's Mechad Brooks, or Mechad, I don't know. It's Mehcad.
Okay.
He's an African-American fellow, and this seems to have a bunch of people, like, really, like, raging about it. And I don't understand why. It's Jimmy Olsen. Okay, they didn't change Supergirl's ethnicity. And even if they did, I really wouldn't have that big of a problem. You're not making Superman black, or you're not tinkering with what should truly be a beloved character. Like, really, who cares about Jimmy Olsen?
He's a douche.
Yeah, he's just some dink in the background. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You could probably remove him from most Superman stories that he's in, and you'd never notice.
Although, I'm going to say one thing. When you think Jimmy Olsen, you don't think shredded ebony god.
Okay, there's that. Now,
good Lord, this dude does some sit-ups.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Now, I've talked to a couple ladies about this, and they both seem to be okay with the casting.
I'm sure they're fine with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Jimmy Olsen was never 6'3".
Right. And
Good Lord.
And I will say that would be my only issue is if you're going to change Jimmy Olsen, you have to leave the essence of the character. Damn it. I just realized Essence is a black magazine. Was not my intention. Anyway, you have to leave the character's, key traits, like his nerdiness, his kind of awkwardness. I want that there,
Where's the Daily Planet at now? 106 in Park?
Maybe. But at the same time, it's like, this is going to be a whole recasting. You know what I mean? Like, this is a different universe.
Right.
And the more I'm looking at these TV shows and stuff, it's like, I think the best way to, as a comics fan or a fan of these properties, the best way to walk into these is pretend these are Elseworld stories.
That's the best way to do it.
Right?
It is.
If you pretend this exists, now this show is going to exist within the Arrow and Flash universe, I believe.
Right.
So, like, these are all, like, there's a potential for, allegedly potential for a crossover, which seems weird because they're on different networks. But, because this is going to be on CBS. But I don't know. I really think that's the best way to do it now. Is just walk into it, pretend it's an Elseworlds kind of story, so that if you get all bent out of shape, you can just go, well, this isn't really canon. And the proof is, if this is in the Arrow universe, those characters don't exist in the, like, Superman versus Batman movies that are going to be coming out.
Right, yeah.
That's
or the Justice TV League universe of DC or whatever.
Exactly. So it's like just... And like you, my only issue is that he's maybe a little too,
shredded? He should never be more shredded than Superman.
A little too Nubian God for this role.
Oh.
No,
maybe Supergirl wants a little BBC?
Well, I think they said he's supposed to be kind of a love interest, so we'll see. But yeah.
Kind of a what?
Like a love interest.
Oh, love interest. Okay, you kind of broke up for a second there.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah.
We'll do that.
So it's like, whatever. I'm fine with it. Anybody who's not, if you're listening, get over it. It's Jimmy Olsen, for God's sakes.
There's some Superman fans in Deep South wearing some pointy hats right now that are not a fan of this casting.
I'm not sure that I want them listening to this podcast.
They probably do, though, Ryan.
Watch, our wall of enthusiasts is about to get a lot pointier.
Exactly.
I hope not. So this actually, and that was actually the least controversial casting that was revealed this week, because the others.
What else did I miss?
The Ghostbusters casting.
Oh, the women Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind a little.
Yeah, 4 women Ghostbusters, and I thought I had read that they were doing like basically a reboot with these women playing the exact same roles that the original characters were. And now I haven't seen anything confirming that, so I don't want to go down that road too far here.
Right.
But for those, if you don't happen to know, the ones that are the women who are cast are Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones. And
it's a fine cast.
Yeah, it is. There's funny women in and such.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd came out and said that he thinks, it's a great casting. Ernie Hudson originally, I guess, made some comments that he's now retracted. But no one really cares about Ernie Hudson anyway, so.
He was wondering why he didn't get cast for Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
You know what? Ernie Hudson can be Janice.
Yeah.
Secretary? That'd be awesome.
That would be. I don't know. I mean, I read stuff like people are talking about how, oh God, I can't think of his name now. The guy that played Egon. I can't think of his name. Harold Ramis. About that Harold Ramis is like rolling in his grave at this casting and all this. And I'm like, really? Come on now. And
because he hates women.
Yeah. That's really probably what it is. If this is a complete reboot, I really wish they would have. I really hope that it's not using the same character names. I'd rather you just give us 4 fresh characters and just give us a Ghostbusters story.
Right.
Rather than do it as though, this one's Egon, this one's Ray, and, this one's Peter Venkman. Doctor.
Dr. Peter.
Yeah. Right. But, and the other one's Ernie Hudson. But Winston's out, just in case anyone thinks I didn't know.
I mean, what do you know? I don't know. I think it's silly. Or not silly. I think it's silly. People are outraged.
Yeah.
About this.
Although it is, I mean, it is standard quo for the internet. No matter who's cast for something, there's outrage.
I am outraged.
Right, and the main reason for this is because it's for women, which is stupid because I don't understand why that makes a damn bit of difference going forward.
It doesn't.
And as friend of the show that I've mentioned before on Twitter at Fluffy Bunny Ash mentioned to me the other night, or tweeted, I think it was yesterday, it was kind of like, oh, your whole childhood was tweeted, or your whole childhood was ruined. It's like they went back to your youth and completely redid these characters to where the others don't exist, kind of a thing. It's like, exactly. It's like, if you're that pissed at it, just fucking go watch the other Ghostbusters and just move on.
Exactly.
I mean, they're great. Well, Ghostbusters is a great movie. I won't say great about the second one, but whatever. It
had Vigo in it.
It was fine, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
And it had fully animatronic Statue of Liberty.
You're right.
Smashing into dome or whatever.
All right, for the camp's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sick.
I just don't understand being all. I don't know. I don't get this.
The only thing they're really missing in this movie is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
As Stay Puffed?
I was thinking, you got the proton packs in his hands and stuff.
Wow, that'd be problematic for a lot of things.
Yeah.
He'd be the best of the Ghostbusters at that point, then. That would kind of take the shine off the rest of them, wouldn't it?
Well, that's true. But it is Doom. That's what he does.
That's true, yeah. So I'm very curious to see how they... how this comes forward. Like, I want to see if they're giving them, like I said, giving them fresh character names and a full story. Like, I hope this isn't just basically. And I know it's not going to be like a retelling of the original ones, but it's just. I hope they don't now expect us to believe that these characters or these people are those characters. It's just that I have a problem with any movie doing that. Like, when you reboot and you change characters, again, it goes back to the Fantastic Four thing. The only reason I have an issue with it is you're just losing the whole, everything that makes that character what it is, basically. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Kind of feels like covering a song,
Poorly,
yeah. Although I think there's potential to be a really funny movie here. I think you have a great cast for it.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Fantastic Four. No, that, yeah, I agree with that.
Well, the only way Fantastic Four can be saved is if somehow they do last-minute edits with Victor Von Damme. Or, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I was thinking maybe if, something falls from space and hits the studio.
And it doesn't get really... Like, maybe North Korea doesn't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's about it. All right. So, let's see what we got here. All right. Do you... I can't talk. Are you caught up on the TV shows?
I watched. We watched Flash.
Uh-huh.
That was good. I caught up on Gotham. Last two episodes haven't been bad. Bruce was only in it for like 5 minutes. I'm in. They were good.
Now, I have to say one thing.
I didn't watch Arrow though.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Gotham. How awful were the torture scenes with Fish Mooney?
They were pretty bad.
I mean, good God, she's a better actress than that, but man, just terrible. Like her trying to be a badass and acting coy during the ugh.
Well, it seems like Fish is going to be out of the scene for a while.
Yeah, thank God.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's what. But on the other side, that makes more room for
Stupid Bruce.
Oh yeah, I was actually thinking more of the other characters like Ivy and.
Oh yeah, Ivy. I wish some sort of like bus would roll over that character, maybe.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say over that girl. I was like, dude.
No, not that. I'm not at that point yet.
Like, add her to your list of women you want to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can take her.
Yeah, for sure.
After 5 minutes,
just one caribou kick, it's over.
After 5 minutes, she whips your ass.
Ginger powers.
You're lying there crying.
She's actually like a purple belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like all right then. Yeah. Other than that, though, I like the episode. I love the fact that as Gordon is kind of becoming more, like pushing his agenda for, no corruption in the police department. that
Right.
he's actually kind of falling into a little bit of corruption himself without
Yeah,
meaning
yeah.
to. I thought that was a pretty strong thing. And one last thing, how great is the guy playing Zaz in that show?
As the guy who plays Zaz is creepy as hell.
Oh
It's
my
perfect.
god! And the more screen time he gets, the more I really dig the character. But I also love they're not giving him a ton of time. He's just he's the attraction. They show him once in a while, and he's like, oh, it's like such a creep. But he's
the no eyebrow having ghoul.
right. I just love the scene where he looks at the two girls and he's like, should we kill him or take him home to play with? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's creepy as shit, but perfect for the character.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed I powered through them today because I'm like, I should probably watch these, and I didn't not regret that I watched them. So.
Right, which is maybe a first time you've said that.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Did you catch up on Constantine?
No, it's another one I didn't watch either.
All right, we'll talk about that.
Unfortunately, this chick right here likes watching a show with me too, and she wasn't home today.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you were busy all week trying not to fight women, so
yeah, exactly. Trying not to punch people in the boob or whatever.
No, that's fair.
Whatever happens. Yeah.
I want to do real quick comics talk.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Real quick before we get into the comics we read,
yeah.
Did you see that the pre-orders on the Vader comic #1?
No, I didn't.
It's over 300K.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah,
doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah. Yeah, the guys on Graphic Novice, VF pointed out about that first issue, and I didn't realize that until I got Loot Crate that it was going to have an issue of the comic in it. So that probably accounted for a bunch. Yeah. So, although those guys also were right, the best of the variant covers that I saw was the Alex Ross one, which is the 77 or whatever it was cover. So
yeah, that was very cool.
Such a great cover. If money weren't a thing, an object here, I would probably own that. Like if I were collecting, that's probably one I would go get.
That would probably be the one to own.
Yeah. Like obviously you're not going to read it because it's, you're going to spend $50 or so on it probably, but whatever.
Right.
So, all right, what'd you read this week?
I didn't read a ton. Batman Eternal I read.
Yeah. Again, winding down. We're on 43?
Yeah, winding down. What do you think the whole Bluebird? All these sub characters in the Batman universe are kind of pissing me off.
I saw.
Why is everyone bird themed? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right?
Pick a different animal.
Yeah, because birds and bats play nice together. Obviously.
I guess. Fluttery, flappy things. I get it.
Right. Someone posted on Twitter that they would read anything, or that they would be interested in a storyline between what's her name, Spoiler or whatever I think her name is, and Bluebird. And I was like, I could see that as a team up book, or Red Robin and Bluebird, or
I could see that too.
I could see her being part of a team up book kind of a thing, because Batman needs more fucking underlings, but. And it's an interesting character, because she uses more tech stuff and whatever. So I don't know. I mean, the issue with the tech, with Mad Hatter and all that. I'm sorry, Spurlers. I'm with a lot of the other guys we talked to from other podcasts about comics that last issue I don't think was great.
Right.
This one I think was better. Yeah,
and it ended on quite the cliffhanger too.
Yep, and I absolutely
I'm like, damn,
love,
I gotta wait a week to figure out what that panel meant.
Right, I love Selena as the crime boss.
Yeah, I like that too.
I think that's a cool direction to move her rather than just being, because I love Catwoman and everything, but now she can still be Catwoman, but she's also a crime boss at the same time. So I think it's, but it was interesting though that she still worked with Batman on the whole
well,
thing,
because. She can't get enough of that bat dick.
Well, obviously.
Clearly.
Well, when he does the bat dance for her,
Well, I mean, the least come.
Prince is seductive as fuck. What can you do,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's the one guy that could get away on kicks and snaps or whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
But, let's see, I read that. I read Bitch Planet, #2.
Right. Loved that.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That's a fun book. It really is. The guys on, I think it's Comic Roast, when they were talking about the whole time they're reading it, they're just hearing that 70s blaxploitation track.
Hell yes.
Absolutely
exactly.
dead on with it. So, but that's a pretty interesting book. If it kind of feels like something I've read before, but it's still fresh enough that it seems to be going, down
and there's enough
cool
little
road.
chunks they throw at you that you're like, well, now I got to know what this all meant.
Exactly.
Now I got to tune in for the next episode.
Right. Because, I mean, obviously, I can't think of the main character they've shown so far, but, she's obviously got a plan to stick it to the man,
Nice.
Good
call.
Little Superfly there for those who don't know.
Oh, I guess I'll give the past 2 books I had 4s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gave...
Yeah.
I think that's what I had them at, too. 4 and 4. Yep. Same here.
I read, Sex Criminals, number 10.
Right. Couldn't skip that.
That was...
First book I read.
Couldn't skip it. Very enjoyable.
I really liked this one, too, because I think this book actually captured a lot of what is great about the book, because it shows what's-his-face in
therapy.
In therapy, which is one of the things I love about the book, is the book's so open about therapy. It approaches, their powers and what it sets up for the next arc, because I believe this is the end of arc 2, which unfortunately, as it says in the back, means hiatus. So,
boo.
Yeah, which and Fraction actually said in the letters column that it's going to be lengthier than they thought, which probably means like 2 to 3 months.
Boo.
Which is double boo, because this is one of my favorite books.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. And also, if you read this issue, number 10, make sure, I love the fact, this is one of the things that's great about reading it on an electronic device. You can zoom in when they're in the bookstore and read all those little titles. There's some great stuff in there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of nice little Easter eggs hidden throughout the book.
Whereas reading the book, I imagine some of those are probably so small you can't read them. But reading them on a tablet and stuff, you can blow the panel up, really big so you can read them. So I highly recommend that. Anytime you see titles in that book, always make sure that you're checking them out. Because they put a lot of work into them. All right, what else you got? Did you read He-Man?
4.5 on that one.
Okay, that's what I gave it to.
Yeah. What'd you ask me?
I was just going to ask if you read He-Man Eternity War number 2.
No, I did not.
Damn it, man. I actually went out of my way to read He-Man. I actually was thinking yesterday, I was like, I should send Tony a text and be like, hey, I'm going to read He-Man. Make sure you read,
I should have then, but no, I did not read that one. I did read Thor, number 4.
I have not read that yet, which...
Okay, well, never mind then. We'll let it lie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was good. It's good.
All right.
I'll do a 3.5.
Okay.
And then I grabbed read a couple issues of Orc Stain
of what?
Orc Stain.
Okay.
It's an image book. The reason I decided to go for it is on Getting a Character. Tommy Gunn talked about how it was one of his favorites.
Okay.
Not in a recent episode, in a past episode. So I'm like,
I was like, must have been before I was.
And it's not bad. The art's cool. The art is so intricate and detailed on a lot of pages.
Yeah.
It's like Where's Waldo?
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's so much going on.
Are you saying
sometimes.
It's like looking at a Perez book?
Yeah.
Like where there's just stuff,
shit,
just
like so much detail and it's like so much shit going on.
I have to ask, in a good way or?
It's in a good way.
Okay, because
not every page is like that.
Okay.
But the story's weird. It's enough that I'm still kind of interested, but it's a weird story.
Right,
so I'll probably check it out in the future some more.
All right. Real quick, going back to the He-Man thing, and I'm not going to spurl anything from issue 2. Other than I will say this, I rated issues 1 and 2 a 3.5. I don't love the art in that book.
Right.
Pop Mon or whatever his name is. I never was a huge fan of his art. There's a lot of really sloppy panels in there, and but it's still good enough that it's not like it takes away from the book that much. But I don't know. I'm not in love with the art on the book.
Right.
Enough of that.
That's pretty much what I read. I mean, I didn't dive headlong into books this week.
Yeah, there was a lot that came out that I wanted to read, and I haven't. One other book I wanted to talk about for sure was Gotham by Midnight. And this book's written by Ray Fawkes, and it's drawn by Ben Templesmith. And I love Ben Templesmith's artwork. He's the guy that did
Gotham After Dark.
No, after Gotham by Midnight.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But he's the guy that did 30 Days a Night. The artwork in that. It's real stylized, and you're either probably going to like his art or you're not going to like his art. There's probably no middle road with him. And that's fine. I have no issues with the art. My issue is that the book is basically, God damn it, why can I never remember characters' names? Corrigan, that's his name. The guy who he has the specter inside of him.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he has a group of basically, his group investigates, like, you know, dark stuff and whatever through Gotham.
You talking about Jimmy Olsen?
No.
Oh, okay.
And he's talking to, or his whole unit basically does dark arts and all this kind of stuff. And as I'm reading the book and it's going further, it's like, I really feel like I'm reading Hellblazer.
Right.
You know, it's
the Hellblazer Part 2.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't feel
2.0 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's different characters because, you know, it's not John Hellblazer and whatever, but I almost, or in a better way, it's basically like if you watch the Constantine show, there's him and there's his team. They go investigate basically paranormal and dark arts and what have you, and, you know, that's what this is. It's, I mean, except that they're police instead.
Right.
Like, you know, Spurler's, the current issue, like, they go to, I don't remember if it's Arkham or if it's just the prison. I think it's just the prison. And there's a girl in there, and they're like, oh, she has smallpox or all through her or whatever, but she's been immunized, so she shouldn't. And then there's this, like, shadow being that can basically, it exists on its own. It doesn't actually have to have a light source and whatever. And it actually can, like, touch them through things because it's a shadow or whatever. But, you know, it just, they end up kind of doing some stuff, and then it go, you know, they destroy it. And I'm like, that feels like Constantine, the TV show.
Right.
It doesn't feel like a fresh idea. At first, I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool idea. And now, after 3 issues of it, I'm like, I don't know that this really is that.
Like you're not feeling it, huh?
I don't know. I'm going to probably give it another issue or two, but I'm getting pretty close to where I'm like, I don't know. It just feels like rehash to me. I'd rather go read Hellblazer, because Hellblazer is a great book. This is an all right book, so I don't know. This, to me, needs something to change it so that it goes a different way. Otherwise, and it's in the DC canon, so it's hard to, you know, it's hard to look at it as, like, how did they not, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, you know. I figure I'm going to talk to some of the other guys that, you know, on the Twitters, like Nickel and such, to see if they read it and see what everybody seems to think.
Right.
So, yeah, that's about it on that. Yeah.
Fair enough, mate.
That's good enough for the week. I have other stuff, but nothing really of note. We talked about the biggest books.
Well, we'll do He-Man next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm all over that son
is He-Man
and Thor.
Is He-Man a weekly book?
I have no idea.
Because it seems like the last one came out, well, I don't know, maybe just, oh, you know what?
The only reason I decided to read it is because Comic Book Roast was like, He-Man, they're like jerking off on it and stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm in. I'll jerk off on He-Man too. Let's do this.
Right, and when you said that, I was like, well, there's still room in the circle. So,
like, all right, why not? He's got fur pants on.
Yeah, I don't want to just stand in the corner and get messy, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, man. All right, so I got one last thing here, and I think that's all I have, unless you've got more.
Nah, I think we're closing in on Daft Pod time too. So
right, so I know we got to wrap it up here.
Plus, man, I got to get some of this beer out of my body.
Nah, you're fine.
Woo!
One last thing here. And I'll have the links and everything for it, is I saw a link a couple weeks ago on the Twitters that's for an Iron Giant figure.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's the 30 points of articulation, and the thing's huge, and being an Iron Giant geek, oh, man, it's just like the greatest toy that they could have made. It comes with a small figure of the kid that I can never remember the name of.
He's got a goofy ass name. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm such an Iron Giant geek. I can't name the kid.
The kid, the kid.
The kid.
The one that gets chased by Scooter McGavin,
right?
Or Shooter McGavin,
right? Now I will say that the price point on this is a tad high for my taste at $300. But
Patreon subscriber,
I know, right? We need 2 of these at least. Yeah,
I know. I need one right next. He can hold my microphone.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
oh, that'd be so cool.
I feel like that thing is badass.
Yeah, and with all that articulation, oh man, just the things you could do with that. You could have it fight women for you.
Now we're talking.
Right? Nah, probably not.
Nah, you're right.
All right, anyways.
I was going to look at my cool Iron Giant and throat chop him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to mess up the figure.
No, hell no.
So
I'll set it down gently and throat chop him.
Right.
Then it's a step in a Bordeaux kick.
Nice. Now, when you throat chop him, couldn't you just go a little lower and do like Ric Flair chops?
Yeah, but that might be sexual assault.
Oh,
because
you're
boobies.
Right. You're right. Well, you can hit above boobies, you know.
Well, that's true, but if I'm aiming at the chest, I'm not hitting above boobies.
Yeah, this is true. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough.
I mean, just, muscle memory takes over.
I understand.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, what are you? I mean,
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
all creatures
I'm
of habit.
only human.
Yeah. Mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
The part of you that's, not complete savage.
There's just that little sprinkling of Neanderthal.
Right. Basically, you had, in your belly there was Neanderthal and somebody Bordeaux kicked it, and now it's seeping into your being.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's seeping into me, exactly.
Right.
Human with a Neanderthal glaze.
That sounds disgusting.
It certainly does.
Ugh, man. The worst bukkake wall drawing ever.
Exactly. I think they're hunting elk here. No, they're coming on his face.
That's disgusting. Yeah. As was tradition.
This is an awful key.
Yeah, as was tradition at the time. The art's incredible, though. Make it sound like it's a comic book conversation then.
For sure.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up here. Head over to saltylanguage.com. Get all the things. The links, the past episodes, the other networks we're part of, the Musings of a Geek, Podgods Network, Geek Life Radio, Tangent Bound. Check them all out. Also, while you're there, make sure you check out, if you haven't already, check out the episodes of The Enthusiast that we've done, such as the most recent one with Professor Elemental. We've got one that'll be coming out later this week with John O'Deener, drummer from the Swellers and Braided Veins. We have a good conversation with him. And, I think that's whatever. Tony will have all the links and whatnot up on the site. There'll be some videos and other fun things for you.
Boy, where will there be? Except for the, kick snaps or whatever. Right. Find that yourself, you jerks.
Yeah, we're not going to provide you with porn, goddammit.
Exactly.
So,
oh, man, opening jars and stuff is awesome.
That's your job.
I know. It's true.
All right, well, on that note, I guess stay salty. Wait, I did that out of order. What am I doing?
You mean have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And what else?
Go piss rocks.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Let's get into character. 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 Let's get into character.
I'm Chubby.
And I'm Tommy. Straight from the fucking internet. Get into character. GICpodcast.blogspot.com. GIC Podcast on Twitter. Podgodsnetwork.com.
Hamsterdance.com. I don't understand.
References! That's our show.
Not intended for the easily offended.
We have Kendra here. She can do an inverted twink on command like this. That's a character.
Take that out of contest.
Cats! Felix and a Leonard.
I'm hungry! Suck my dick!
Sometimes we do radio play.
Our show has really no purpose other than to be funny. No rhyme or reason.
We usually talk about what's happening, right? We experience things during the week, and we just let it out there.
Dude, Tarantino, that's so noir.
Get not laugh. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes.
Silence is hilarious. You better not crack. We have all sorts of shit to use.
Crack is whack. Not safe for work.
He hasn't come yet, and you will too. That's the way the cookie sex is.
Yeah. Facebook.com/getintocharacter. chubsandtubs@gmail.com.
podgodsnetwork.com.
And that's what our podcast is like.
Let's get into character. 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 Let's get into character.